YouTube, what's going on? It's Finn, and in today's video, I'll be taking you through my leg workout. So I started off the workout with my body weight movements. I always do a dynamic warm-up before my workouts. I did some leg swings to open up my hips and hip flexors before I do my compound lift. After that, I did some side lunges to warm up my hamstrings and glutes. After this, I just did a simple butterfly stretch so my groin wasn't tight. And then I went into my middle split, which is something I've been working towards for better mobility and flexibility in general. Getting more mobile and flexible has also helped me to improve my tricking, parkour, and gymnastic skills. I also believe that having flexible hamstrings will help you out in your day-to-day life and make you less stiff. So now that I'm done with the warm-up, it's time for leg press. I like to do 1 to 2 warm-up sets with light weight to get the blood flowing in my legs before going heavy. I did 2 warm-up sets, 10 reps with 2 plates. I also am doing a set of single leg with a plate in between all my other sets, so each side was equally warmed up. Training your muscles unilaterally also helps prevent any imbalances in strength or muscle, and I feel like it helps you focus more on the mind-muscle connection on each leg. After this, I went up to 3 plates aiming for 20 reps, and now I know this may seem like a lot in endurance, but I feel like I really break down the muscle fibers and get a lot of lactic acid buildup in my quads when I do moderate weight for higher reps. When you're doing a slow and controlled eccentric and pressing for 20 reps, your legs will get extremely fatigued and pumped, trust me. You'll feel that. And I didn't feel like it was something to where my cardiovascular was taking over. No, I still felt this all in my quads, and your legs are a very strong muscle, so I feel like you can push them past 15 reps and it still won't be endurance. Now if I was doing like 100, then that would be a different story. Like 100 reps of anything, that's a lot of endurance, I'm not gonna lie. But your legs, 20 reps, I don't really think it's endurance in my opinion. And after my set of 20 reps, I went back down into single leg press with a plate for 10 reps. I always start on my weaker side on unilateral movements, which is my left leg. Once I was finished with that set, I went up to 4 plates and dropped the reps from 20 to 12. This was the hardest set of leg press due to the fact I was still going for a decent amount of reps with some good weight, and my quads were already pretty pumped. I like training legs for hypertrophy, especially on leg press, so doing this after doing 20 reps with 3 plates and then followed by 10 reps on each leg with a plate, my legs were already cooked, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Nonetheless, I got it done, and my quads after this were just insanely pumped, like to the point where having my knees bent at all, like it felt like I was doing like a sissy squat or a leg extension or something like that. Like my quads were pumped, man. And just like every other set, I went back down into a single leg with a plate for 10 reps, and it honestly just had me questioning my life decisions. Now that I was done with leg press, it was time for some squats. I usually do some variation of a squat. I decided to do barbell today, but most days it's a goblet squat. Honestly, my legs were already gassed from leg press, so I didn't need to go extremely heavy on squat since I didn't start with a barbell squat. I just wanted to get my quads as fatigued as possible before my leg extensions. I wasn't able to record my leg extensions, but I did 3 sets, 20 reps, bilateral, and that means both legs if you didn't know. And then right after that, I dropped the weight and performed 10 reps unilaterally, which is single leg. And this was just the finishing quad movement for leg day. By this point, after the leg press, the squats, my quads were super pumped, and it was already time for calves, man. Like, I'm done with quads. So I've never had big calves, as you guys can probably tell, but that's also probably why I'm good at calisthenics. But I still enjoy training them, and I feel like I've seen some progress recently in terms of definition. I did seated calf raise today. I started with a plate for 20 reps as the warm-up set to make sure my ankles and calves had that full range of motion and I could really squeeze at the top and the bottom. After this, I did 3 sets with a plate and a 25 for 10 reps, and let me just tell you, this killed. Slowing down your calf raise reps, pausing at the bottom of the calf raise and the top really breaks them down, and it feels like I was gonna cramp multiple times doing this. Like You can do that classic gym bro, set of just bouncing the calf raise machine up and down, like you'll probably get gains out of that. And like I saw a video that showed that the science showed that doing that versus taking it through a full range of motion, the full range of motion was only slightly better. And like it's just like do your sets how you want to do your sets, but I personally think doing a full range of motion works best for me, and that's what I would advise you doing too. And the calf raises just became increasingly more difficult as the sets went on. I don't hold a lot of fat and mass in my lower extremities or in my body in general, but especially my calves, they're pretty shredded with a high insertion and long Achilles tendon, but I feel like it gives them that more athletic look compared to a bodybuilder or that one 40-year-old dad who's never trained calves and just has massive calves the size of a planet. After calves, I finished up the workout with some hamstrings and did some barbell RDLs for 10 reps, really trying to lower into the eccentric and hinge and squeeze my glutes at the top. RDLs have always been really difficult for me until recently I figured out how to do them with proper form, and now I get a great stretch in my hamstrings, and I also like doing them after I've done, like a seated leg curl. After I did the barbell RDLs, I went into some dumbbell RDLs just to switch it up at the end. So yeah, that was the workout. I didn't record all the exercises I did, but I hope this gives you an idea of what a leg day for me consists of. And it's also a rare sight to see a calisthenics athlete train legs, so just take it all in. But if you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like on the video. Feel free to leave a question or comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you know every time I upload, and I'll see y'all in the next one.